She has literally brought up distance education and online education in a wonderful way. We are one of the most recognized online education universities. So she has a very vibrant team. And so the moment I shared a mail with Guinea ma'am and her team, so Arpit was put on the job. Arpit would be supporting you from time to time. Let's see how things go. And perhaps we can even look for your other areas of expertise, in Tableau or probably Power BI
Sir,
and
Tableau is lost. Sir, hardly anybody where Tableau is used.
Power BI. Yes, yes.
Sir, in fact, about half an hour before this session, I had ended the regular program for IIM Indore, conducting for them
Okay.
in AI with Power BI. In fact,
Yeah.
2 3 days down the line, I'll be taking for them itself generative AI with Power BI.
Uh, so you can share the agenda, and
No
perhaps we
problem,
can
sir.
also, try to get it approved and do something on the same line for that.
But surprising to see they get huge number of candidates. I don't know from where
Yes.
do they
No,
huge
same
number.
here, sir. Once the idea is accepted, we also can probably bring in a lot of learners. And Arpit, are you there?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Just let us know when we are about to begin. I think there are 5 minutes to go.
Yes, sir. We'll wait
2:55.
till 3, and at sharp 3 we'll start, sir.
And who all are, is Guinea ma'am or Manish sir coming?
I'll confirm from them, sir. I have shared the link
Okay.
with them. So let me
ठीक है.
see. Yes, sir.
Okay. Just let me know if they're around
Sure, sir.
so
Sure.
that we can recognize their presence.
Sure, sir. Sure, sir. Let me call them.
Bangalore once in a month, sir? Or
Sir, no, it's like I have got a development center even at Bangalore. It is not once a. Sometimes I keep coming to Bangalore every week. I'm here. It all
oh,
depends on what orders we are about to get or what is that we are going to close in India. So make
okay.
it a point. I come to Bangalore, go via Bangalore, so that I get to meet my family here.
Right, right, right.
That's I it sometimes it, but at least once a month I'm in Bangalore, sir, because my
Right,
development team is here. I have to be with these guys.
right, sir. Good. So I think let's see how many students turn up. This master class is going to be really very exciting, I believe. And when they talked about this, so the first and the only name that came to my mind was yours, sir. I said you are a versatile personality.
Nice. Sir, my field of work, and I love my field.
Yes, that is the beauty of being an
Yes.
industry expert and leader. I think you have a soft corner for academics and research also.
Sir, in fact, if I may say, since there are 3 4 more minutes, government of Kerala has got in touch with me. Sir, they are the only state in India which run this ASAP program, additional skill acquisition program. This
Okay.
by this, what they mean, right from the third semester of engineering, they have a
Mhm.
value added subject, what they call as a value added subject for all engineers, which is not in
Mhm.
the curriculum, nothing. But these are the subjects which they will require when they finish their eighth semester. So for these
Yes.
they have roped me in for training there. They got all the colleges in Kerala, a session to be conducted for them, and as well as the students who are completed engineering looking for a job, and where where they can sharply focus upon so that they are able to comfortably pick up a job.
Yes. Skills are very important, sir,
Well,
apart from the
that is the
degree.
only thing. Sir, degree is of no value, sir. It is only the
Yes, yes.
skills that matter. Sir, last year I was in the Microsoft interview panel. Microsoft had invited me. Shocking to
Okay.
see, sir. Shocking to
Right.
see the level of knowledge.
Oh, very sad. In
Very
fact,
sad.
our management, our honorable chancellor also says that we students, we have to give them a career, not just a degree.
Not a
So this
degree.
is what is
Sir, like if you walk across to Uttar Pradesh, every house gives degree.
it. Yes,
I
and
speed, they
it's
print and give whatever they find. Anybody and everybody gives degree. Degree is of no
right.
use. I say it is a sheet of paper.
Absolutely. Skills are important, career is important.
It's
And
only
we
the skill
also,
which. Yes, sir.
I said, we also believe the same. Our management is also very clear on that. So they also keep on doing. And I mean, this online education has also expanded our reach. There now, it's valid. This degree is valid anywhere in the globe. So perhaps let's see if do keep on giving us inputs in that. I'm going to suggest that if you can spare time, we can think of putting you on to the curriculum development panel. We have lots of industry experts on that.
How frequently do you revise your curriculum, sir?
We do it every 6 months, sir.
No, sir. It
Every
should be
six
once
months.
in once in every 3 months, sir. Things are
We'll do
changing
that
so
now.
fast.
Yeah,
Very,
yes.
very
Now I
fast.
think
It's
yes. At least for these programs. So we'll see. Let's see how things go. In fact, I wanted the pro vice chancellor, Dr. Laviraj Gupta. He's also heading the our engineering faculty.
sir.
So let's see how things go. Currently, we were busy in something, and I guess then he had to travel. So I'll ensure that he meets. He's also a person of same stature, and you would love meeting each other. So I think just 1 minute to go. Arpit, if you just
Yeah,
let me know when I should begin.
sir, we can begin now.
Okay, okay,
Yeah.
okay. We'll do that. And so, Indian time, good afternoon and hello. On behalf of a lovely Professional University Online Education, I welcome you to the session on the masterclass on unlocking creativity, generative AI, and evolution of neural networks. In this session, we'll explore how artificial intelligence can enable us to generate new and original uh, concepts put into practice. And also, for this masterclass, we have with us the person who's globally recognized, renowned, and sought after. He's innovative, he's research oriented, he's quality minded, and above all, he's a disruptive data scientist, as he would like to call himself. With over 27 plus years of industry and academic experience, he's also helping academic institutions develop innovative solutions for challenges. We are privileged to have with us the Chief Technical Officer, Brain Tower Oman, Dr. S. Suresh Kumar. Personally, I have been a witness to his experience, his expertise, and his versatility. Welcome, sir, and it's a privilege to have you with us. And now I think I will not stand between you and the audience who are waiting to explore this exciting world that you are going to unleash today for our students. So over to you, Dr. Suresh, sir.
Thank you, sir. Sir, before I begin, I would sincerely like to thank you for the wonderful words which you have said. And I would say, really very wonderful. And I really don't know whether I deserve it or not, but shall definitely give it a push so that I live up to your expectations, sir. Very, very good afternoon to all of you. I'm Dr. Suresh, and it is really wonderful to be engaged with you lovely people at lovely professional university. Definitely, although all these years I've been working in the industry, but still I have got a crush towards trainees, whether they are students or whether they are working professionals. And I don't want to say much about myself, and I would put everything what I need to say about myself just because we are meeting up each other for the first time in one single slide. These are all my, I would say, predominant clients in the last 3 years. Had I put it before last 3 years, then it would have run into many, many pages. I don't want to do that. So I thought, let me restrict it to one single page. I have got RMIT, Melbourne, Australia, some big clients. I've got Carnegie Mellon University, government of Malaysia, government of Thailand, IIM Indore, IIM Kozhikode. It was just the last month I was there for 1 week at IIM Indore, which was, I think, the third or the fourth time I'm visiting IIM Indore for physical classes at IIM Indore. They conduct classes for 6 days, 8 hours. So 6 into 8, 48 hours I handle for them in AI for managers. That is the punch of AI which you should be learning. I would say, like just before this session, I was speaking to Sarabjit sir. I said All degrees, whoever grants anywhere in the world, are nothing but a sheet of paper. What matters today and in times to come is only the skill set. I shall give you a wonderful example, friends. I have got a very good friend of mine. It just came to my mind. She works as the cloud specialist with Dell at Bangalore. Do you want to know what is her qualification? She is just 12th standard. She heads the cloud services at Dell. No degree, no qualification makes a difference. It is only the skill set. And I'm 100% sure at LPU you will get that skill set which will make you walk into any job comfortably, very, very comfortably. And at least me as a person, I believe you have to be given the right knowledge the right way. Right knowledge the right way, and in a definite time frame. And since once again I would thank all of you to be a part of this session. And as with regard to the background that you have, I really don't know. I just know you're doing a MCA and few other IT related courses with LPO. How many amongst you, if you can mute your microphone and tell me please, have any time worked in this field of generative AI? Anybody, or at least in AI? Leave generative AI, in AI. Anybody having worked in AI anytime earlier have got an experience of working in AI? Anybody, please?
Suresh, sir, right now participants, I think they
Yeah.
are not able to unmute themselves, but they can respond to you in the chat.
Okay,
Chat,
then
yes,
I'll
yes.
have to
Yeah.
I'll have to go back.
I'll read the chat for you, sir. I'll read once the chat
No
is there.
problem.
Have this. I'll read.
I've come back to the home page. No problem. Okay, definitely. I presume that you must so at least there would be few of you who have worked in the, I would say, the most powerful arm using all these tools, which is Python. How many of you have worked? I mean, working hardcore with Python. Great. Mr. Abhishek says great. See, Mr. Abhishek, somewhere in 2019, I was called by IBM at Bangalore. I was told that I need to conduct a 4.5 months hands-on session for the employees at IBM Bangalore. The first day when I went there, I asked them with what experience are they. They said the minimum is 7.5 years plus experience at IBM. I told it's great. I just told them, asked them, how good are you on a scale of 1 to 10 in Python? Which I shall ask you, Mr. Abhishek. Can you tell me how good are you on a scale of 1 to 10 in Python? Some number, if you can put in some number. Great, Abhishek, you're wonderful. I'm sorry, Abhishek, but I would regret to say that I am not more than 1 out of 10. Although for the last 28, 29 years I've been running after Python, I'm not more than more than one. You are exactly the same how my people at IBM answered. But trust me, Abhishek, on the second day, one of the lady who was a participant, she said, Suresh, kindly excuse me, we are not even zero. Python is a massive ocean. It is a massive ocean. And I would say one thing. This I'm telling you with regard to today's session, which is generative AI, an offshoot of AI. Definitely you, and we will be using Python end to end for this. Please understand, friends, Python, whenever, wherever you learn anywhere in the world, you need to learn two things before you learn Python. Could somebody help me, please? Which are the two things you need to know before you learn Python? No training institute in this entire country tells you. I was just telling Sabjit sir, please walk across to Uttar Pradesh. Every house gives you a degree. It is just print and give you a degree. I can also give you n number of degrees. What is the use of all this till you have that skill? Please tell me, what is that you need to learn before you need to learn Python? What is that you need to know? Please understand, friends, what you need to know is just two things: discrete mathematics and advanced Excel of class 12th level, grade 12th or class 12, 11th and 12th. Just discrete mathematics and advanced Excel. The latest book in discrete mathematics, published by Springer Publications, it is a book of 1250 pages. You need to mug it up. I would use the word mug it up. You have to be crystal clear. After that, coming to Python, you cannot learn Python. I don't know. YouTube video says you can learn Python in 5 minutes and 7 minutes. I'm surprised. It is not possible. Please understand, there is no way in this world you can learn Python unless otherwise you learn it under three heads, three arms of Python. First, the functional Python programming. Second, statistics. And the third, Python libraries. Can somebody tell me how many Python libraries are there as on today? We don't have much time. My apologies, friends. I shall be with you for maybe about around 60 minutes because my boss has met with an accident and I need to quickly rush to the hospital. My apologies, but we will keep interacting. Don't worry. How many libraries in Python are there which you need to know? It is 1,40,000 plus libraries. Friends, even Bhagwan Vishnu comes to earth. You cannot learn 1,40,000 plus libraries in anything less than 2 full years. How will you learn in 15 minutes and 30 minutes Python? But if at all you want to specialize only in data science, predominantly 21 libraries are good enough. But you want to do Gen AI, definitely 1,40,000 plus. Where is the time? Then comes statistics. How many statistical techniques do you need to know as a data scientist? Not as a data scientist, I would say as a professional, whether say maybe data science or whether you're learning anything on AI. How many statistical techniques? There are innumerable techniques. You just need to learn 50 techniques. 50. Please understand. And in this 50 techniques, there is only one technique, which although you have many techniques of solving problems under extreme uncertainty, please understand the world has more than 95% problems under multiple domains under extreme uncertainty. So minute a problem is under extreme uncertainty, there is no technique other than MCMC technique which will give you the highest accuracy. Markov chain Monte Carlo technique. It is not a simulation tool. It is a technique. You have to learn that. After you learn all this, then finally one fine day when you decide to get into AI, and then you say the world is rushing towards generative AI, let me also jump into it. So before you jump into generative AI, I have a sincere request for you, which would, and this request, the time for this request starts right now and gets over before the next time I meet you. Because the next time when I meet you, it will be just 100% hands on. So in order that you keep pace with what I do, I would request you, please learn end to end of deep learning using Python. And deep learning, and you have to specialize in LSTM models, long short term memory, if you want to get into generative AI. I have told you the clear path. Where do you start? What is that before Python? In Python, what you need to learn. Thereafter, how do you get into generative AI? Understand, and after all this you also need to learn on how do you create models. Please learn on how do you create models, how do you tune a model, how do you identify the hyperparameters, how do you do hyperparameter tuning, why do you do it, when is that you are able to achieve the maximum efficiency or maximum accuracy for your result. Once you're through with this, I will definitely say you are into generative AI at the fag end of generative AI, the starting point. And in this starting point, like you know, the most sought after field amongst the three fields in generative AI is on text, where you generate this, use this large language models. When you want to play around with that, you should know how do you create transformer models, language transformer models. To begin create and to begin understanding on how do you create a language transformer model, you have to be the best on dealing with text analytics, NLP. Friends, as on today, 99% of colleges in my country, in India, cover NLP using NLTK. Personally, if you ask me, I'll say that is a technique of Gandhiji and Jawaharlal Nehru. Let's forget it. The entire world wants you to learn using SPACY, the next generation tool, which is much, much more powerful than NLTK. Please learn it using SPACY. All these are required, friends, for generative AI. Once you are through with this, but when you learn the natural language processing using SPACY, you have to be the best in one concept. Can somebody help me, please? Which is that thing you need to understand, you need to be the best in? One single concept. What is it? See, I am not talking anything from the academic point of view. I'm purely talking from the industry point of view, for the purpose that the minute you finish this course with LPU, the next step should be in the industry. Not that you finish this course, then do a bridge course and then get inside. No, straight away you walk in. What is that you should be good at when you're doing NLP with SPACY? You, anybody, please? That's why I come back to the home page so that I can see you. You have to be good in the grammatical English. You have to be really good in grammatical English, not spoken, grammatical English. You're really good in grammatical English. Great. Then you can comfortably get into, I would say, the natural language processing. One of the gentlemen who told, who is 8 out of 10, let me just scroll back and see. I don't remember that. I'm very bad in remembering names. Abhishek. Was it Mr. Abhishek? Yes. Mr. Abhishek, how comfortable or how wonderful are you in spoken English on a scale of 1 to 10? A pointed question to you, Mr. Abhishek. Put some number on the chat, please. 7. Great. What is an interjection? Kanika. Great. What is an interjection? Interjection, Kanika. No time to think. What is an interjection? Not what I want, friend. This is what NLP wants. In no time, you should have given me an answer. You have to be crystal clear. Excellent. 7, 8, and 9 are numbers. I want you to be professionally good. The next time when I meet you, you should tell me you're nothing less than 10. And I want you to reach that level. That is my desire. See, it is not for any purpose. The purpose of you reaching 9 and 10 is for the reason that I definitely want you guys to be the best. And I will ensure it that you're the best. Today, although the spread of session, I have written it considering that I will be with you for 2 full hours or maybe more than that. But the last minute exigency, I have to peel off after about 60 minutes. I definitely will cover all these things subject to availability of time. Now, if I begin generative AI, I don't want to start off this generative AI in either academic way or in any academic way. I want to put it fully in a practical way. And if I would define generative AI, see, generative AI is nothing but it's a branch of artificial intelligence which focuses on creating models and algorithms capable of generating new original content such as images, text, music, and even videos. Now, at this point, I just want to understand one thing from you, wonderful guys. How many of you are in the teaching profession in the audience? In the audience, let me come back to the homepage. How many in the teaching profession? Could somebody say yes so I can ask you the pointed question to you? Yes, Vishal says yes. Okay, Vishal. See, at the end of any teaching profession, whether you're in a school, college, or whatever, you have to set question papers. And if it is a college, definitely, if it is a college, you need to submit 3 or 4 sets of question paper conforming to the Bloom's taxonomy of learning at various levels of Bloom's taxonomy of learning. How much time do you take to create this paper? Anybody? Mr. Vishal, Mr. Sudhir, anybody? How much time would you take? 1 to 2 weeks. Great. You ask me, I'll say count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 10 papers already. Count another 5, another 100 papers already. How? Generative AI. It is not a wish list, friend. I will create it and show it to you. You physically can count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, some 10 papers already. Not consisting of 1, 2 questions, consisting of 100, 500, and 1,000 questions. Whatever number of questions makes no difference. That is the power of generative AI. The last week I conducted a session on generative AI for a university in Karnataka. I had told them which is that tool and how expensive is that tool. Very, very, I would say, cost effective and very nominal rate. These are some wonderful tools which you have to use, and definitely I'll tell you on how do you use these tools and how is it that it is going to be beneficial for you guys. And like I told, this generative AI, it basically focuses on creating models, algorithms which are capable of generating new original content such as in images, text, music, and even videos. So unlike this traditional AI models which are trained to perform specific tasks, these Gen AI models, they aim to learn and mimic patterns from existing data to generate new and unique output. Please understand, see, as compared to AI, the difference between AI and Gen AI is the efforts which are required in creating a Gen AI model is phenomenal. Too much of efforts, and you need really good skills, really very, very good skills. But if I can advise you, All those of you who feel that you have to save your job, or all those of you who feel you need to get a good job which will see the trend for you, or which will carry you for the at least next 40 to 50 years, you have to get into Gen AI. You have to get into Gen AI. Any other field will get you a job. We are in a massive country of 140 million people. You will get a job, but how far you will go? See, friends, this Gen AI has got wide range of applications. Say, if I would say in computer, I take the thing of computer vision. In computer vision, generative AI models can generate realistic images, create variations of existing images, and even complete missing parts of an image. Now, since I'm speaking about computer vision, can somebody tell me how many different ways are there by which I can detect an object or an image? How many broad ways are there in CV, computer vision, of detecting an object or an image? There are just two of them. I can either use an open CV or a deep learning model, nothing else other than this, or the mix of all these things. And in natural language processing, these generative models, they can be used for language translation, text synthesis, or maybe even create conversational agents that produce human like responses. And beyond these examples what I said, this Gen AI, it can perform even art generation. Dali, wonderful art it can create. Okay, I would take a pause here. Now, coming back to our real time problems, tell me one thing. How many of you are there who love to listen to music maybe before you go to bed in the evening? Somebody can put a yes in the chat. Would you, how many love to? Yes. Trapti says she loves to listen to music before she goes to bed. Great. How do you listen to music? Switch on a radio or maybe some pre recorded music. Boring. Very boring. Leave this, friend. I would like to listen to a music, to some music which exists nowhere in the world. Nowhere, nowhere, nowhere in the world. I would just tell my system, I want a music which maybe is a combination of little bit romantic, little bit sentimental, little bit action oriented, and infused with some knowledge in that. Gen AI will create it for me. But the big problem is, where do I go? I say Gen AI, Gen AI, Gen AI. Where will I go and get this music? For this, I will ask you back once again. All of you guys must be staying in maybe at your residence or some maybe some hostel or somewhere. Tell me one thing. You feel hungry at any time of the day. Where do you go to get your food? Where do you go to get your food at your residence? Kitchen, wonderful. Here also you have to go to the kitchen. Please go to AI kitchen. Go to AI kitchen. You can Google it and see. Go to AI kitchen. It will give you wonderful music which exists nowhere in the world. You just tell it what you want and you'll get to understand what kind of a thing it is. See, this point I would tell you one thing. Definitely also I would request the organizers, see, there is a small little presentation with me which runs into maybe around 2.5 hours on end to end of solution for any educational institution, where for the teachers, students, and even researchers, with the name of tools. And these have been with great amount of efforts has been, I mean, sharply curated for any educational institution in India. Listen to that, and I'll give you the name of the tool which you need to use, because all those tools have been tested, and these are wonderful tools. So please get into using tools which will simplify your life. But one thing is worth noting, that this generative AI is of ethical concern. It's a big problem with generative AI. Something, if you would have heard in the news sometime back on this deep fake, our honorable PM was dead against this. Somebody had created Mr. Narendra Modi's thing. I mean, the same replica of Narendra Modi, and he didn't like it. Good example, which is going on in news as of now, Imran Khan. He's in the jail at Pakistan, but his voice has been mimicked as though exactly he is speaking. How? Generative AI. Everything you can do, everything. The ability to generate this realistic and convincing fake content can be misused for malicious purposes, such as maybe creating deepfake or spreading disinformation. Today, I get one of your picture, maybe a full size picture that is from head to toe. I get a picture of yours with you viewing me. I will change the face. I'll use your voice to speak to somebody else, and it will be misleading for you. You will lose your credibility in the market. That is the big ethical concern with generative AI. So as a result, there is a lot of research and development of techniques to detect and mitigate this potential negative impact of generative AI. See, overall, when you see this generative AI, it hold everything in this world, like, it has got some positive points and some even negative points. But overall, this generative AI, it holds great promise for various creative and practical applications, and even for say generating new and unique contents. This concept of Gen AI, it continues to be an active area of research and development, pushing the boundaries of what machines can create and augmenting the human creativity in new and exciting ways. So, after you listen to the small little introduction of Gen AI, you might think, am I capable of doing something in Gen AI? I would say there is only one quality any person requires to work with this high end concepts. One among them is Gen AI, which is nothing but, I would say, at our interest of a person. You're interested 100%, you can learn in a definite time frame. It's only the interest, and interest. Consider a small circle. You must have seen a lot of pictures on what is the relationship between AI, ML, and deep learning. Basically, it's a circle within a circle within a circle. The outer circle is AI, the next inner circle is ML, and the circle within that is DL. There is one more circle within all these three circles, which is Gen AI, which is an advanced subset of AI and DL. And this Gen AI, it focuses on creating new and unique outputs. See, friends, Gen AI is not a concept which can be only used in computer science. Anything and everything in this world, whatever you're doing, you can be a tuition teacher, you can be a professional, a college professor working in some industry. Everywhere you can use this Gen AI, everywhere. Now, if you're in doubt, where is that you need, and you need an idea with regard to this, please reach out to the organizers. I'll share you where you can work. You can work on your own, definitely. And I'm sure LPU is there always to help you if you've got some really unique ideas like this. See, there are some big domains of this Gen AI. One, I would say, we will slightly dive into these domains of Gen AI and basically see how it works and some practical applications. See, friends, all these things are very much required before you get hands on with what is generative AI. And once you get hands on, there is no question of even turning back. But if I may say, since I use this word hands on, I have a very, I would say, disturbing thought in my mind. See, for any Gen AI model, the system that you're using definitely should have additional GPU, or in many cases, even TPU. And everything comes at a price. Is there any way I can get it free of cost? Because we as Indians love things which are free. Even I love things which are free. I'm also basically an Indian. Tell me, please, how do I get things which are free of cost if I want something which is free of cost? Open source? Which open source? Oh, no sweeping statements like this, Mr. Tanmay. Please tell me with pinpoint accuracy of what? Mr. David says trial version. No trial version. I don't believe in trial version. I want to use it indefinitely. Free hardware, GPU, and TPU on my system. Pirate. See, all these come. The trial version of this is very, I would say, very minimal. 9x. No, no, Mr. Ravi. It is very simple. How good a friend are you of Sundar Pichai, the CEO of Google? Sundar Pichai. Google says, our Indian Sundar Pichai. Google says, use Google Collab. I will give you 50% of free GPU and 50% of free TPU. See, like the max GPU you can install on a system is 25 GB. Sundar Pichai says, I'll give you 12.5 GB of GPU free of cost. Use it to whatever you want. Similarly, the TPU also. But the only small hitch with that is TPU is a tensor processing unit. And see, the only hitch with that is, see, whatever you code on Collab, even if you save it or don't save it, one copy by default is retained by Google. But I feel if you're doing it for some say practical purpose or learning something, what difference it makes whether Google takes one copy or 100 copies? Makes no difference. But the best of the best platform is if you can use Databricks. It's wonderful. It is wonderful. Or it is, if your pockets are heavy, definitely get into buying a GPU, TPU and installing it on your system. That is still more better. So we were seeing on this domains of Gen AI. See, the first or the important domain, like I said, there are different types for which Gen AI can be used. You can use it for text, image, you can even use it for video generation. These are the three predominant, I would say, domains. In text, see, whenever there is a text generation, it involves using this AI model to create human like text based on input format. Some great models like this GPT-3, GPT-4, it uses the transformer architecture, and they are pre-trained on vast data sets to learn grammar, context, and even semantics. This text generation, you can use it for content generation, chatbot, code generation. And see, at this point, I want to get something really very interesting in your to your mind. See, you're quite a lot of you. You're about 128, which are there present over here. Maybe 120 plus are the participants. Please understand one thing. See, definitely, wherever or whatever background you're from, there would be some, I would say, drawback with your learning. Maybe some topics you feel is not very well explained. Some topics require some additional examples. Some topics require some additional videos. Some topics require some, I would say, somebody asking you some professional questions so that you're able to correlate it with whether you can get all this. Very much possible. You just have to shake hands with Gen AI. There are some wonderful tools. I don't want to name it. That this goes by the presentation which I had given the last week to a big university in Karnataka. See, friend, there's some wonderful tools which you can use in no time. It will give you ample amount of reading material. But for all these things, what you do, see, today in any person's mind, whether maybe he's a taxi cab driver or an auto driver in India, or maybe a school child, the only thing which is there in that person's mind is, I'll get everything what I want on Chat GPT. No, friends. The prompt that you give Chat GPT, if it is not proper, it can lead you to disaster. Before learning anything or before having your hands on Chat GPT, you have to understand what is prompt engineering. Please undergo a structured course in prompt engineering. It is not more than, say, 15, 20 hours, not more than that. After that, you get into Chat GPT, you will enjoy using Chat GPT. You will enjoy using Chat GPT. Friends, please do prompt engineering, whether you're using Chat GPT or whether you're using Bard, which is now Gemini AI, whether using anything, you have to know on prompt engineering. After that, you get into this, because these are some great things which will help you in a seamless way to get into these fields. The second domain of Gen AI is image generation. See, for this image generation, you need to create what are called as GANs, generative adversarial networks, which is a part of deep learning. That is why sometime back I told you, you have to be good in deep learning. This is a structured way of what I told you to get into it. See, this goes by something like this. See, in India, the government has told us that a student who is, say, aged 17 years can directly give class 12th exam. He need not study first, second, third, fourth, all the way go till 12th standard. The others, he will get a certificate from NIOS, National Institute of Open Schooling, valid by Government of India. Wonderful. But think of one student who studies from first, second, third, fourth, takes 12 years to reach class 12th. What is the difference between these two guys? Definitely, there's a phenomenal difference between them. The student who has studied from first till 12th understands the concepts really well. And the student who has directly given a class 12th exam, or maybe he has got some 90%, it is just by his luck, sheer luck, he has got that mark. He doesn't understand these concepts. I would say you should study from first, second, third, fourth, go all the way till 12th. Few years back in India, there was another wonderful thing, or there's a double promotion. From 6th, you directly jump to 8th. From 8th, you directly jump to 10th. That has also been stopped because you will not understand what is going on, what is the background of all these things. So the reason why I told you this is, whenever you learn, say you want to learn anything on image generation, you have to be good with GANs, generative adversarial networks, for which you need to know deep learning. For deep learning, you need to know machine learning, and the tool which you use for all this is Python. For Python, you need to learn Python under 3 heads. Before Python, you need to learn advanced Excel and discrete mathematics, a long path. But this path in a definite time frame. You cannot leave it for 100 years. You have to do it in a definite time frame. Do it in a definite time frame. Like, I'll tell you one thing. Few years back, there was some guys at Oman asked me how much time will it take to learn all these. I very categorically told them during that time, and even today I shall tell you, it just doesn't take one single minute beyond 60 hours, 60 hours. But under the condition that 60 hours of your life, write it on my name. Please write 60 hours of your life on my name. I'll ensure that at the end of 60th hour, you're wonderful with it. Because if you slip by even 1 hour before 60 hours, what happens? It is 300 hours. Then you'll have to become a Christian. You know why? Because they believe in being born again. 300 years, 3 lives you'll have to see. You'll have to be born again. Don't get into that. Comfortably in 60 hours, you can finish it. And for all those of you who know this GANs, what are GANs? This GAN basically, it consists of two components, a generator and a discriminator. What is a generator? Generator is something which creates images, and a discriminator is something which determines whether something is real or a fake. And these two things, generator and discriminator, they compete in a feedback loop, with the generator getting better at producing images that the discriminator cannot distinguish from real one. And where is that this is used? These GANs and image generation, definitely in art, design, product visualization, all these places. Can I ask you one thing? You must have seen that movie of which is this thing, um, which is this movie? I'm not getting it. Animated movie. Not Mickey and Donald. Uh, where you got a lion in which is this movie recently? A lion in a forest and a human being rescuing it from deep sea. Which is that movie? Can somebody help me with the name? I'm bad at
Life
all
of
these.
Pi, sir.
Life of Pi.
Yeah.
Friends, we are going to have movies in very near term where you'll have no producer, no director, and the movies will be state of art movie. State of art movie, roaring success. How? Generative AI will produce it for you. Wonderful movies. The same things, friend, you can do it. Half an hour before your session, I had completed a session with IIM, the students at IIM Indore, Indian Institute of Management Indore, having a Power BI session for them where I had AI, generative AI, all these things. It was wonderful to listen to them. They said, we only want to learn generative AI with Power BI. Wonderful. They are thinking of the next generation, what is required. And trust me, friends, more than 90% of them are from non-technical background. They don't understand all these things, but they mean business. They know to survive in this world, we have to learn something which will take you to the next generation, Gen AI. Also, We had seen, as of now, we have seen two domains of Gen AI: text generation and image generation. The third one is definitely on, okay, the third one is on, you can say, on the video generation. In video generation, see, this video generation, it involves AI creating videos, often by combining the existing visuals or completing the missing parts. See, any of the brands which are there in the market, they can create wonderful video advertisements which are tailored to specific customer segments. Wonderful things you can create of this kind. And see, gone are those days. Say in your organization website, you want a chatbot. What does the organization do? Reach out to some programmer. He is going to charge you or breathe down your neck and charge you hell a lot of money. Today, friend, solutions are already available. You can use Gen AI models. In no time, you can integrate it to your website. And wonderful more, and not a, I would say, a chat bot. You'll have a voice bot where one to one it keeps speaking with a person. Whatever you say, it will respond back. That kind of powerful things. So see, the reason why I told you all this is for the reason that you have to the aim. Definitely, I would say I'm very mean minded. I want you to integrate all this at the organization where you're working. Come what may, even if you're not working somewhere, implement this at your residence. Some small solution. You have to do it. No second thought. Absolutely no second thought. Okay, and see here, a few little things I told you about generative AI, what are the domains and what is the prerequisite. There are innumerable applications of generative AI. Say, if I say under this content creation in generative AI, you create wonderful blog post, some wonderful social media updates. You can create customized visuals, say for marketing campaigns and advertisements. You can craft personalized video messages and dynamic advertisements. You can create unique art, illustrations, designs. You can design wonderful clothing patterns, accessories. You can create wonderful music which exists nowhere in the world. You can create wonderful movies with such characters which nobody has ever seen. Wonderful scenes, wonderful animations. Today, why do we go to a theater? So that we relieve our tension, see something which does not exist anywhere. Simple thing. Whether you are 95 years old or whether you're 5 years old, you love watching Mickey and Donald. Why? Whatever be your age, why do you love watching Mickey and Donald? You find those two creatures running on the screen, fighting with each other, wonderful to see. Something much better than that you can create. Much, much better than that. This, I won't say commercially, even if you're working with an educational institution, rather than having the students break their head with the intense topics which are taught in the college, definitely they need a break before somebody mentally breaks down. Have some kind of thing, games designed of these kind, so that it pops up on their mobile or on their laptop, on your college website, where they're able to play some small little game and keep them relaxed. Definitely you can do it. Even in the industry, why do all these MNC IT firms, they got a gym at their office so that you relax from your regular work? You can use even this Gen AI to craft tailored messages and recommendation for customers. You can create wonderful logos, packaging, visual identity element. And when you come down to these games, you can create wonderful game environments, terrains, landscapes. You can, at varying levels, you can create. Tell me one thing, when this COVID-19 hit us, in no time, how did the world come out with a drug? If you remember in the yesteryears, whenever any drug had to be made, you first create the pilot of that, test it on rats, you test. After that, you test it on a selected group of humans of varying ages, then observe the reaction for at least 1 to 2 years. Then you get into mass production. Did we wait for 2 years? No, AI helped us. No time we created the thing. That is the power of AI and generative AI. You can create wonderful, I would say, you can design new molecules and compounds. You can create wonderful treatment plans based on patient data. Do you know one thing? Since all of you, I believe all of you are learned people who are sitting here currently, you know where is that AI has entered? It has entered into nursing. I'll tell you why. One of the chancellors of a university in Bangalore reached out to me, I think 15, 20 days back. He said he wants to conduct AI courses for nurses. Come on. It is a massive thing in the United States. Massive, massive thing. Personalized treatment for the patients. Massive thing. N number of things what you can do. It is in every field. Whether you like it, don't like it, it has penetrated into all fields. And even you can use it for, say, language translation, where you enable instant translation of spoken or written language. And you can even use it for chatbot, voice assistance. You can use it for as adaptive learning material, creating wonderful simulations, creating I would say great city landscapes, urban layouts. All these things you can do using generative AI. Now amongst all these fields, one thing which is, I would say, which stands out, that is whether it is audio, video generation, or anything, images or whatever, one thing which stands out and is in extreme high demand is text, which has given rise to this GPT and Bard or Gemini AI. Can somebody tell me, since when is this GPT in existence as on today in our ecosystem? Since which year do you feel this GPT is in existence? It is all the way since,
2016.
yes, around 16, 17 it started. Then after that you had this, it started off with GPT-2. Then you had GPT-3. Then you got, then you had this, Google had this GLAM, if you have heard of it. And one wonderful thing which came, I think, the year before last was Lambda. Have you heard of this Lambda? And even this DeepMind had a wonderful product by the name of Chinchilla. Then you got this, Google had come out with Palm. Then you had this in 22. There was one more wonderful product called Google Minerva. All of this based on this Hugging Face transformer. Then GPT-4. Now you got this Falcon AI which has come into picture. You got this Bloomberg GPT. You got this Bloomberg. All these wonderful things. Intense competition. Intense competition. Bard is no more called as Bard. It is Gemini AI. Gemini AI is told it is giving you features at the same level at which GPT-4 gives you, but without charging a single rupee from you. And it has told in due course of time it is going to bill you. But as of now, it is giving you at par with GPT, what GPT-4 gives. And all these things, please remember, the rests on NLP. Now, NLP, natural language processing. When you're doing natural language processing, you have to be the best. The best, I would say, better than Shakespeare in written English, the grammatical English. You have to be the best. Absolutely no doubt. Once you're good in that, and you have to do NLP using SPACY, not NLTK, which 100% of colleges in India resort to, not required NLTK. Because we believe in learning things what probably maybe 30, 40 years back people learned, not required. After this, you need to understand how do you create models like BERT, which is bidirectional encoder representation for transformers, and even GPT, which is generative pre-trained transformers. The beauty of this BERT, and you got Roberta also. See, beauty is these leverage large scale pre-training on vast amount of text data, and can definitely, it can be fine-tuned for specific NLP task, thereby it achieving the state of art performance across a wide range of applications. So in any case, like any field, NLP is also evolving at a extremely fast pace. Now, one doubt I personally agree, I'm very bad in English. Can one of you help me, please? I'll tell you what is the problem. In what I did purposely didn't say. I'll tell you, once you tell yes, I'll tell you what is my problem. Anybody, please. Nobody? Let me go back to the home page. Who is there who can help me, sir? Mr. Tanmay says yes. Thank you. I'm really grateful to you. Now, my doubt over here is a very strange doubt. What do you mean by tokenizations? Please don't take more than 3-4 seconds, because beyond that you will Google it and see. What is tokenization? The fundamental thing in NLP. You don't know. That's good. I really love that. So tokenization is nothing but it's a process of breaking down the text into individual words or tokens. Say I have got a sentence. I love to code in Python. How many tokens are there in this? 6. I love to code in Python. 6. 6 individual words. It is the process of breaking down these things. Then you need to first be very thorough of tokenization. How do you do it using Python? See, all these things, what is taught maybe in any college in India or anywhere. One good thing is, courtesy COVID, I had the opportunity of being with Carnegie Mellon University, United States, 2 back-to-back semesters in data science itself. AI had taken sessions for them. Wonderful thing. See, their appreciation is much better, I would say. Maybe because they are in the US, maybe, may not be, I don't know. But we are still better as Indians. I still believe that. See, you have to learn all these concepts along with a practical touch. You have to learn it with a practical touch for you to understand these things. Otherwise, I would say, better than tokenization, let's learn on how do we make, say, tandoori roti, butter chicken, or butter paneer masala. Tokenization has got no meaning. Tandoori roti will fill my stomach. So tandoori roti is any day better. But please understand, since we mean business and we want to get into generative AI, we have to learn all these things. There is a predefined structure by which you need to grow up, learn all these things. Lots and lots of things are there which you need to learn, but all of this in a definite time frame. In a definite time frame. Okay, what I will do, since we are just say about 10 minutes short of, I would say 4 o'clock, kindly permit me, I need to rush somewhere that to the hospital. Unless otherwise, the last 5-10 minutes, I shall open it up for you. If you want to ask me anything, please. Anybody wanting to ask me. And the only condition is, please be totally informal. You can tell me, Suresh, and ask me what it is. See, I believe this word of sir and other things, this is something which the Britishers have taught me. I don't want to go by that. Somebody had written in this chat, Adil Attarwala, that generative AI mainly uses machine learning to learn, and then based on and mimics the data. It is, yes, it is not even ML, it is deep learning. Deep learning is a subset of ML. You should know ML. So the journey is little long journey, but a definite journey, a wonderful journey. Please understand one thing. All these terms, if you want to jump into and learn, you will never learn unless you're very, very passionate about this. And what do I mean by passionate? See, another maybe an hour or so, you would get down, or maybe half an hour or so, you would get down and have a cup of tea, since it's the evening time for you. I don't drink tea, coffee. I drink Python. For dinner, I eat Python. Breakfast, I eat Python. I love Python. Unless you're very, very passionate about this, you will never learn it. Whether it is 3 months or 300 years, you will be at the same level. It is my personal advice. You have to be very, very passionate about this. And trust me, in absolutely no time, you'll learn. Absolutely no time. You're passionate, that's more than enough. No knowledge, no skills, nothing is required. No, don't worry. You don't need to know any coding, nothing. The creators of Python, Guido von Rossum, he said it has got nothing to do with computer science. Nothing. Dur tak, nothing it has got to do with computer science. It is just presence of mind. Anybody wanting to ask anything else?
Sir, I was able to read a message from previous chat where a student have asked that how a student can start to learn prompt engineering.
Prompt engineer,
Yeah.
see, prompt engineering is nothing but, see, there are different kind of prompts that you get. You got a one shot prompt, multi-shot prompt, zero shot prompt. When do you give this prompt under what condition? No programming, nothing you need to know. The only thing that you need is the right resources. the right resources, and the entire prompt engineering you can learn in nothing more than 15 to 20 hours. I'll tell you why. For all these MNCs where I'm conducting this Gen AI session, I conduct for them in not more than 5 to 6 hours of what is prompt engineering. Make them ready for this, then jump into Gen AI. That is very much required, very, very much required. If you're really fast in learning, 5 6 hours is more than enough, more than enough. But if you're a little slow like me, then 15 to 20 hours, not more than that.
Correct, sir. And one more person have asked that what is your opinion about, comparison of the performance of Gemini and Google's Gemini and GPT-4?
See, both of them work with large language model.
Yeah,
And both of them pull in data from the same place. GPT-3 is not that good. It should be GPT-4. More or less, both are at par. GPT-4 and Gemini AI.
okay,
And
okay.
finally, what matters, the output that you get is how you prompt it. Very important, very, very important. You have to prompt it.
What about this Copilot for text and content? Copilot.
Sir, the co-pilot is with reduced, I would say, functionality. See, when you have any LLM, what matters is how much you train that LLM in millions and millions of texts, which has been done rightly by GPT-4 and Gemini AI. Copilot is far lower in that. The training what has been given to that is much much lesser. That
Right.
is why this Gemini AI and GPT-4 stand right on top. It's on how much you train the model. Any courses, Mr. Adil, I won't say that. See, Mr. Adil, I believe in one thing. Today, if you say Mr. Adil says he wants to play cricket, I will say don't learn it from me, learn it only from Sachin Tendulkar. Cricket is the same whether I teach you or Tendulkar, but the way Tendulkar teaches you will be a class cricket. You should learn that. So I think I have answered your question. Where do you learn prompt engineering? You should learn it from somebody who has got a mix of academic and industrial expertise to learn the right way. Any concept, it should be a mix of academic and industry expertise. So only then you will get it. You learn things properly, very, very properly. Thank you. It has been very, very wonderful being with all of you. We will definitely connect up in due course of time.
Right, sir. You have crafted the whole session in a very encouraging way, I would say, that you initially started that how to start it. Like if you start to learn Python, so you should be good with discrete mathematics, first of all, you have said. And then you have, created a kind of a pathway for all of us that if I am, see, even as a passive learner, I was, listening to you and I'm getting more interested in the topics which you have presented, that I should go for deep learning. I should basically work on my discrete mathematics. English is again very important part to go for NLP and everything. So I think students who have joined, the participants who have joined, they have also got a kind of a picture that if I am planning to go into deep Gen AI. So what is my pathway for go forward? So that is a very encouraging session, I would say. That has stimulated my minds. I think that has stimulated the minds of other people also in this session.
Definitely. Thank you, sir. But more than everything, I had a wonderful time. I enjoyed being with everybody. I
Sir,
really thoroughly enjoyed.
correct,
Same here.
correct.
Even I was a passive learner. And as always, I'm fascinated by one thing you mentioned, Dr. Suresh, the passion. I think
Yes.
you have that childlike passion which keeps on the energy level vibrant and flowing. And of course, one you talked about the integrating generative AI with Power BI. So you work on the course content and the durations. We'll see. We'll put up a proposal and let's see how things go for us. Of course, the world is there, and I'm sure you have really worked up a hard way to come to that kind of level where you can do justice to the latest and the latest of the emerging technologies. So it was really wonderful, and I'm sure our students from the online education would be thrilled by this. And Arpit, thank you for arranging this.
Correct, sir,
Dr.
correct.
Suresh Arpit is also a very passionate young person, and he also believes in. He's a mechanical engineer by qualification, but he loves to work on the emerging technologies. And I
Yes.
really feel thrilled whenever I meet him.
Exactly, sir.
Yes.
Me and Sarabji sir, we quite discuss these things whenever we'll meet, and we plan to see that how we can optimize our learning in this particular domain.
So
And
everything what is important is minimal time, maximum output. That is
Yes,
more
yes,
important.
yes,
You
yes,
don't
sir.
have 100 years to learn all these things.
Correct, sir.
No.
sure, sure,
Minimal
sure.
time and maximum you should be able to fire back.
Correct, sir.
Give back to the society.
True.
Correct. Sir, I will look forward personally for you to arrange another session so that we can, give certain hands-on skills to our
Definitely.
participants. Because see, we have got a lot of a huge gathering here, and I felt that a lot of students were, keen to get certain, develop some model, Gen AI model. So as per your availability, we can
Sir,
have
but
another.
I have a small condition request in this. Sir,
Yes, sir.
no more sessions on theoretical things. It will be just
Exactly, sir.
end to end hands on, end to end hands
Exactly.
on, which I
We
love,
love
sir.
that, sir. We love
Yeah,
that, sir.
sir, I'm not a politician to keep speaking something. I love hands on. I want to see results.
Correct, sir. We
Yes.
are we are going to plan certain completely hands-on session with you, sir.
Yes, thank you. Right, sir. Thank you, sir. Kindly
Thank you.
permit
Thank
me
you,
to.
Dr.
Thank you,
Suresh.
sir. Have a nice
Lovely
day, sir. Bye
meeting
bye,
you
sir.
after such a long time.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you,
Thank
sir.
you, sir.
Thank
Thank you,
you.
sir.
Thank you.
Okay, so I would again like to thank all of the participants who have joined us and have witnessed such a good session, such an encouraging and passionate session about generative AI. And again, I would like to thank lovely professional universities so that they have provided this platform to all of us, so that we were able to gather and spread such kind of information one among each other. And learning continuously with the peers is and with a leader, someone like Dr. Suresh, that will encourage all of us to march in towards this particular domain. And lastly, I would like to thank Ginny ma'am, our head of wing, who has been a continuous motivation for all of us to arrange such sessions for all of us, all of our learners. And
And
lastly, thank you,
there's a
Sarabjit sir.
question, my pleasure. Arpit, there's a question about the recording of this session. Would they be giving the participant
Sir,
given a link?
yes, sir. After the session ends, the YouTube, we will upload this session on our YouTube channel. So complete
Great.
live recording will be available on YouTube.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
Yes, sir.
Sure. Take care. Thank you. Have a
Thank
nice
you all the
weekend.
participants. Have a nice day.
Thank you.